Check your teeth. Everything's good.
Sorry about your veneers.
All right.
Okay. Some of us are not there yet.
Shots fired. All right. What's up?
Yo.
Oh, sorry, I clapped it. Good.
Don't clap.
Okay.
Alright.
Hi. What's up?
What's up? Welcome to
The Root of It podcast.
This is episode 6.
It is episode 6.
It's episode 6, and like we mentioned in episode 5, we have a special guest today.
Yes, we have a special guest today. As you know, what we were talking about in episode 5, we were talking about we're all in this together. We're just talking about the differences between our ethnographic regions and differences and all those kinds of things. But we actually just wanted to get a perspective of someone who is from Micronesia on this. But not just talk about those kinds of things, but just also find out about this particular individual.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. She's one of our really, really good friends. And we had the opportunity to do live while she was here studying in Australia a couple months ago. It feels like maybe a year ago.
It was probably
a year.
Closer
Sorry.
to it, yeah.
Time goes like that for me. Or like that. Anyways, without further ado, we would like to introduce you to, drumroll, Jasmine Loek. Oh. Yes.
Yeah.
Why do we always do this?
We should never introduce people by their names. We should just have, like on
Let's go again.
the Grammys, how there's a voiceover that introduces people.
Loek. Let's do it again. Drum roll, please. Jasmine Loek Henry. Let's go. We got this. She's probably just like stupid. Oh, we're just gonna unmute. There she is.
Hi, Jasmine.
We tried.
You succeeded. It's fine.
No, but
Eventually.
say your name for us, please.
Jasmine Loek Henry.
Oh, you
That's
said
how you say it. It
sounds so
sounded
nice
better.
when she said it.
It just sounds better.
Next time we should just get people to introduce themselves.
I think so. I think we're gonna try that. Anyway,
Welcome, girl.
here's our guest, and we're so excited to have you on this. Thank you for actually making time, because Jasmine's 2 hours ahead of us.
Yes, so it's actually
Almost basically 10 o'clock where she is. So we appreciate the fact that she's on here with us at this time of the night. And we're just really excited to get to know her, let you guys get to know her. And she's actually such an incredible young woman. Because talk about
many great qualities.
Exactly. And she's the sweetest. We're gonna have to control ourselves.
Yeah, hang on.
Otherwise we'll never hear Jasmine.
Yeah. This is a very unique combo.
Yes.
But also, just before people get excited, are you single or?
No.
Yeah, okay. We just wanted to set the record straight. Maybe we should have kept it anonymous, but whatever. I just wanted to put it out there.
We want to put that out there. There is no entanglements happening anytime soon. The month of August has passed. So we are
in October now.
We're in October.
All right. Well, what did we have up first, Bianca?
Actually, I just want you to introduce yourself. We're just gonna go. Basically, just tell us a bit about yourself first before we continue.
All right.
Where are you from? How old are you? What do you do?
Yeah, don't feel bad about saying things you've achieved or whatever, because this isn't a job interview or anything. We just actually want to get to know you, our audience to get to know you, our podcast fans. So,
Okay, I'll try my best to. Okay, so Jasmine Loek Henry, we went through that. Fun fact though, Loek is not actually my name. That's my mom's maiden name, but I just do it kind of more as identification here.
Right.
It helps. We can go through that a little bit later, but
yeah.
Yeah. So I am from the Marshall Islands in Micronesia. As we said, it's north, one of the most northern islands, close to Hawaii. and I am 25 now.
Don't be doing that.
Don't even. Do you know how old we are?
Yeah. Take that back.
No. Actually, no. I don't.
You don't know how old?
Let's keep it that way.
No. You don't want to disclose.
No.
Fine. Okay.
I mean,
20?
It's not really a secret, but... Anyway, this is about you. This is not about us. You're 25, which is amazing.
And I'm a lawyer.
You're a lawyer.
Yes, I work at the Attorney General's office here. And I work in the criminal division. So I've been getting a lot of court experience lately, which has been kind of terrifying, but also really fun. But before that, I worked at the Marine Resources Authority here. So I was working with coastal issues like drafting regulations, more corporate stuff, working with like leases and things like that. And I also have a cafe that is opening hopefully next month. Almost done. Yes. I'm really excited. It's been like since I was there that I've been like planning it, and it actually is like coming into fruition, which is so amazing. And what else? My dad's Puerto Rican, so I'm not completely Micronesian. And then my mom's Marshallese.
That's amazing.
That's such a beautiful mix. Like, it's like, yeah.
Evidently.
Yeah, as you can see. As you can see with your two eyes. No, that's crazy. Right. So yeah, this girl is like hella like multifaceted. She's like super intelligent.
An entrepreneur.
Scholar. Because I mean, we'll get to talking about the cafe and obviously like your clothing brand or the brand, your brand basically, which is really, really cool because it's basically, you're like basically just doing law and business. Like,
yeah,
like two massive things.
And you're smiling. So you're loving life. This is amazing.
It's really cool. It's really
cool. And you're 25. The heck?
Making me feel a bit nervous about my life choices.
This is great. Honestly, it's like so good to see an islander just thriving and just killing it. I love it.
It's cool. Now we're gonna do some rapid fire questions, okay? So
okay.
I'm gonna ask them and then be like really quiet, and then you're gonna answer them
like real fast.
So you just like shoot them at me, and I have to answer them like off.
Yes, off your head, off the top of your head, off your head.
That's great.
Sorry.
Great.
Okay, are you ready? Here we go. Loading them up. All right, rapid fire questions. Zoom edition. Sunrise or sunset?
Sunrise.
Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Favorite genre of music?
R&B.
Lilo and Stitch or Moana?
Lilo and Stitch.
TikTok or Instagram?
Instagram.
Favorite sibling?
Ooh. My sister.
Favorite island food?
Ooh. Rice bowl.
Sweet or savory?
Savory.
Lion King or Hamilton?
Lion King.
High School Musical or Kendrick Lamar?
High School Musical.
Last one. Best thing about the Marshall Islands?
The people.
Oh,
great answer.
That's very
diplomatic. I was gonna say. She's working right now.
It's a very lawyer.
Look, y'all, like we don't have much. We're not like Melanesia and Polynesia with mountains and everything. We flat. We barely have food.
But you're flat and you're flat. Like
honestly,
we're like hilly and hilly.
That's the polygram talk coming back out. That's that polygram talk.
It's not a representative one.
Oh my gosh. No, but it's actually crazy because we're just talking like on the episode, last one that we're doing. We're just saying that we actually don't know a lot about Micronesia.
Yeah.
Like you're basically the only
Micronesian that I know. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, truly.
Legit.
Unless there's someone that's Micronesia that I know but haven't told me that they're Micronesian, so.
Or they said they were plastic.
Episode 5. You didn't get it.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Okay, so back to your whole makeup and the dynamic of your family. You're half Marshallese and you're half Puerto Rican. Did you grow up with both mom and dad in the house?
Yes, until I was 11. And then they got divorced. So then we moved here to the Marshall Island.
And you grew up with mom?
Yeah.
Mom. Cool. And how did you, like, with your siblings and everything around? Or only child?
Yeah, my sister. So I have a lot of siblings, but it's kind of, you know, that confusing mixed dynamic. So I have one full sister, and then I have an older half brother, and I have a younger half brother, and I have 3 step siblings from my dad's side and 2 stepsisters from my mom, like my stepdad's kids.
Yeah.
You just described
a lot of
all of our families, basically.
Really. I feel like
me included.
A lot of people are gonna be related. Like, yes, that's gonna be relatable.
That's very relatable. It's super relatable.
It's pretty close to yours.
Yeah, because I'm the only child to my mom's relationship with my dad, but my mom also had 3 children before in her relationship before my dad. So it's like I get it. I get it.
That
we're all in this together.
High School Musical, I'm saying.
High School Musical. How do you think that shaped your upbringing or your perspective on life?
You mature really fast.
Yeah.
Family dynamic. And like the whole going back and forth thing. So you're completely immersed in one kind of culture, which is completely different from the other culture that you're part of. So kind of had like a low-key identity crisis growing up. Like, I don't know where I fit, and trying to fit when I'm in each one, but not exactly sure how. Get this like social anxiety forming that you try to fight. So.
And did you feel like that on like a certain side of your family more than the other?
No, I honestly, even though I grew up here, I felt it both, because like with my Puerto Rican side, I relate less because I have more characteristics of like Micronesian, like quiet, reserved, polite kind of thing. And then my Puerto Rican family is like loud, crazy, inappropriate, like.
I don't know if I'm Puerto Rican.
Molly is asking if you have a cousin brother somewhere.
I got you. No.
Anyway,
she got you. She said she got you. Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's a massive dynamic change. Because you're going from describing like how different those cultures are.
And you're constantly back and forth. It's that. It's feeling a little bit out of place.
Figure that out. How was like faith introduced to you in your family, or what role did it play in your family?
So on both sides of my family, they're Christian. So I grew up with that all my life, which I'm really thankful for. My mom's side is Protestant. And then my dad's side is, I don't know what the Spanish version of, because the church they go to is Spanish speaking, you know, they put the microphones to translate or the headphones. So I really don't know what denomination it was, but they speak in tongues, so some kind of Pentecostal.
Okay, right.
And my grandpa was a pastor, but not for as long as I remember.
Right.
And my grandpa here was a deacon later on. Very involved in church on both sides.
Some good heritage there.
It's
crazy because was your grandparents, great grandparents pastors?
No. My granddad is, but he was a bishop, but in the Mormon church.
Oh, okay, Mormon church.
Yeah.
Yes.
But my other family were all super Catholic. Still are, not were.
That's crazy,
Catholic.
eh?
It's my dad's entire family.
Yeah.
And then my mom's side, so my mom's dad's side was Mormon, and my mom's side, PIC. So I think that's Presbyterian.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was like, Pacific International Church? What is that?
Sorry, yeah. I said it, but I didn't know what the acronym was.
Yeah, I was like, what the heck?
Christians, to say the least.
Yeah.
They're believers.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. So Protestant and some Pentecostal Spanish-speaking church. Do you know how to speak Spanish?
Poquito. Muy poquito. Like, very little. I hear it. I can, understand a lot of it, but I'm not confident in it. So.
But you're fluent in Marshallese.
Yeah.
That's cool, man. You
speak bilingual.
Yeah, because you speak English so well.
Yeah, because I grew up in America, so.
Hey, which is your first language?
I'm calling her out on that question.
No, why I said that was I actually should have asked first. Which is your first language, Marshallese or English?
It's weird. I'm pretty sure Marshallese was my first language as a baby, but I only remember starting speaking English first. Since my dad's not Marshallese, so he would. Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's crazy. I
admire respect
people.
You. Yeah, admire.
I'm done with you. I'm gonna be petty on say after that comment.
Don't judge me. Don't judge me. That was a legitimate. What?
Okay, now from my knowledge of you, this lawyer thing seems to run in the family.
Yeah, a little bit.
And then you said something about Loayak.
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know why I said yes because I.
Now you said something about that name. You said something about
it's
that
your
name.
mom's maiden name.
Yeah, your mom's maiden name and the connection.
Yeah.
Is that tied into that?
No.
No. Okay.
Not profession. No, it's just the place in society, I guess.
Right. I understand that.
Okay. I don't know how to say it.
Yeah. Well, so what do you mean by place in society? Like, if you want to explain.
Like, last names in islander communities. Like, oh yeah, they're the Loyaks from this island, and they're like, oh yeah, like this person's granddaughters, grandfathers. You know what I mean? So that's how people identify you, is from your family. So
right, cool.
So it helps locate you in society.
Yeah.
Like amongst your people, they're like, oh yeah, so you're from. Yeah.
Do you think it's also a status thing? In terms of
it is a little bit,
right?
But I don't. It's really hard. It's a really hard topic to talk about.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't know how it is in you guys' island or country, but here we have 3 types of, not levels, but 3 different titles that people have, or places in society. So there's the chiefs, lineage, the alep, which is the person that is the chief's people, the next I don't know how to say it in English, and then Rijarabal, which is the next one.
It's just tiers of levels of leadership
and of land ownership. So
land ownership.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So it's still it's still a very back in that like chieftain.
It's almost a feudal system.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
So you guys are very rich in culture. Would you say much has changed like over the last 20 years?
20 years. I feel like a lot of people are going back to trying to make sure that the next generation carries on the culture because so many have migrated because of the sea level rise and things like that. So the people that are here, we really try to hold on to the culture and make sure that it's in every part of society.
Yeah. So, that's crazy. That's really cool. That's really cool. Now, back to that lawyer question. Did you ever feel like that was like share with us a little bit about your family, like, and how the lawyer career, if that's what I can call it, is something that has been in the family. Did you feel like there were family expectations with you becoming a lawyer?
No.
No?
Not at first. Like my mom, that was her dream since she was a kid. My grandfather was a traditional rights court judge. Right. So he dealt with land matters and stuff like that. And his brother, he went to law school and then he became a politician. Right. And then, but my mom is the one who started the lawyer thing.
Right. Cool. Go, Mom.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And you evidently decided that that's what you wanted to do.
Well, I avoided it because I was like, I don't want people to say that I'm only a lawyer because my mom's a lawyer. I want to make my own footsteps. But then I started out with business because that's my passion. But the girl did not want to do finance and accounting and all that stuff.
Yes.
So I switched.
I love that.
That's so crazy. You switched from finance accounting to
I switched
a lower degree
to avoid finance. Like,
that's amazing.
Yeah. I feel like you just went from bad to worse. Law for me is it's that's just
logic
crazy.
Must not come easily to me because I don't know what I gotta do.
I feel like I can relate on that.
What?
I feel like I would enjoy doing law more than business.
I feel like when we grow up, I feel like for me personally, I'm no longer afraid of politics like I used to be when I was younger.
Right.
So that's I am studying business, but I'm enjoying learning about politics, just having conversations about it. It's no longer that thing that, people say our generation is stereotypically not into, but it's actually sort of almost politics nowadays is going towards humanity kind of steering that way.
Yeah.
So it's just I think it's just hard things that you can talk about, but it's interesting.
But
well, we need to interview an American for that one.
We'll need to interview our community in the States for that one. Now, as a lawyer, what is it like to be a female in a male-dominated space?
So it's weird because our office is actually made up of mostly female lawyers right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's shocking. When I was looking at that, I was like, actually, it's me, my mom. We're not in the same division, but my mom, me, a Kuluvat woman, and another Marshallese woman. And then there's one other male lawyer. Well, two, but they're stuck outside of the country because the borders are closed. And then the AG is an Australian, actually.
Right.
Yeah.
So you don't feel any, like, it's basically a place where you're thriving at the moment.
At the office, but when you step out into like work intergovernmental agencies and anywhere else, and my previous job, they don't take me seriously, and especially that I'm this tiny young female, and they're just like, "Who are you to come and try to give us advice?" And blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
You know
so
what I mean?
like so what is your, as like a young woman in this space, and for any other young women growing up in a male dominated space and wanting to enter into a career with that, what advice do you give those girls?
It's really important to be grounded in what you know that you are, where you find your worth, because a lot of times you're not going to get the validation that a lot of men get. You're not going to get a pat on the back from a lot of the times from your superiors for good work. A lot of times you'll actually get kind of like, those passive aggressive comments when you do well, and then it makes them feel threatened. If anything, they'll try to make you feel worse because they don't want you to feel too good about yourself when you do well. So then you have to really be grounded in whatever you're grounded in. For me, it's definitely my faith and my family that helped me get through those like times when I just leave work in tears so that I don't. So I definitely think that being grounded and knowing your worth and making sure it's not found in the approval of like your superiors or people at work is really important to last.
So good.
That's so good.
Much wisdom there. And you have to be resilient, I suppose. And that's really awesome. I hope that's an encouragement for anyone that's listening. Can you tell us a little bit more about your faith? Like, do you feel like there at times it's been challenged by culture, by family expectations? Like, how have you navigated that?
Girl, absolutely. And especially myself, like I got saved in a non-denominational church when we lived in the States. And there's no non-denominational churches here. They're either Mormon, Jehovah's Witness, Catholic, Protestant, Assembly of God. Like, those are basically the main denominations here. And a lot of it is just, it's culture at this point. It's the what people are used to, and it's ingrained after the missionaries came and brought the gospel. It slowly didn't become about loving God, being having a relationship with God, and celebrating the fact that He sent His Son to die on the cross for our sin so that we can live in heaven. It's not really about that anymore. Half the people don't even know why they go to church on Sunday other than they're just
It's like some real strong nominalism going on there.
Yeah.
Just like,
But then they like come after us because my family, no, bro, like I promise, especially with technology as well, we watch online sermons as a family.
Right.
Because we don't feel fed at any of the churches here.
Wow.
No,
that's really...
No, this is like, this is so true, because I have family back home who do the same thing. They don't go to a physical church. They just watch online sermons together because they just feel they're not growing. Like,
is
there's
that
nothing...
pre-COVID?
Before COVID?
Before
COVID.
Yeah, same.
Yeah.
But now that after COVID and other people, like, a lot of churches have moved online anyway, that people aren't looking at us sideways anymore and also doing it when they were just like...
I love our people, because they're not that different. We're we're like haters first, and then we're like, oh yeah, I get it.
We're like late adopters.
Yeah.
No, this is so true.
That's really cool.
That's yeah.
I love that.
I just think it's so funny because, like, my sisters do the same thing. They watch sermons online, and like when I go home, I actually don't know what church to go to because there's one that's like not. There's nothing there that's like pulling my cousins, pulling my younger, nieces and nephews. And so when I go there, I'm just like, oh, we just got to go and sit in a very traditional, rigid service, or one that's very, I don't know. I guess if you're exposed to a lot more modern, like a church that's very modern in how they do churches and stuff, it's very hard to yeah.
Well, yeah, I have a different experience going back home to Samoa. I think there are a couple of churches that are strong, like spirit-led, but at the same time, like real grounded in Bible.
Yeah.
Like there was one, the last time I went to a church, and I was pleasantly surprised. That's for sure. And refreshed when I left. So it was so good, so there's hope. There is hope in the islands. Yeah, but it is different when you're exposed to, I mean, you were here with like in Hillsong and everything like that, so it is different going back as well. It's not just the church culture or like the way churches fundamentally, it's the people that make the church as well that are different as well.
This is true.
So what would you say, like, to people, because I'm aware, and I'm sure you both would be aware, that there are people that live here, like on this side of the islands, but go to traditional church with their families. Like, what encouragement would you give them as being someone that has been challenged with prioritizing your faith over those expectations that come from being in rich culture, and like, and being in a place where you love your family as well? So I feel like that's where a lot of struggles are for a lot of young people.
It's like choosing God over family.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. How would you encourage someone that's going through that?
Or what's your experience been, and like something that you've like learned?
Yeah.
Well, compromise in certain things, like in certain ways, is important. So for us personally, have to think, like, I don't know about your churches, but they like be using these mics and then they mumble and it's like all echoey, and so I don't even half the time know what they're saying in the church anyway. So it's fine. I'm like, oh great. So if it really means this much for them to have me there, and it's not like it's a devil worshiping, it's church. You know what I mean? So it's church. It's just
it's such a that's great.
Church. It's just, it's not always about being right. Who's wrong. And in either way, like God says that we are meant to feed ourselves as well and read God's word on our own. So as long as you take that time and do spend time with God and know what the Bible says for yourself, then that's the most important thing that I think in these kind of cultures. Because I do go with family to church on Sundays. Sometimes if they invite me, then I won't be like, oh no, I'm not gonna come, because because that's not the spirit of love, and like it's not what
and
kind of
you're not changing your faith.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is, you have to be secure in that.
Yes.
To actually have the freedom to know that you're actually operating out of freedom. You're not going out of fear or anything like that. You're actually choosing to go with the spirit of love, being led by God, secure in your relationship with him. Like you're not going to worship the devil.
I'm not scared to announce
I think what you said is such great wisdom to bring to the table. And honestly, I really hope it encourages people, because I feel like amongst islanders, it's a real tough thing to navigate sometimes. And perhaps we overcomplicate it. And it is as simple as be secure in your relationship with God. Feed yourself, as you have said. And don't overcomplicate it. If your family invites you, go. And I think being here from personal experience, it has been flipping the switch and going, if I have a commitment at church, it's like, because you have that other angle of expectation from where you're planted. And like, you know, your leaders, like leaders are different. I have gracious leaders who understand the value of family for me personally. So when something comes up, it's not like, oh, where's she at with her faith? It's like, no, family is a priority. She's made that known to us. So if there's a family thing and she goes, she can, like, what's the problem? Like, you know, there's that release and like freedom. It's freedom. It's not trying to not level up, to live up to anyone's expectations. Because I've realized in the last few years how much that has meant to my family, who are Catholic, for me to turn up. And they know I'm not going to convert to Catholicism, because they know I'm strong in my faith. But there's a level of respect that comes from choosing the relationship over something that maybe we have as a, I don't know, that expectation of what it means to be a Christian today. When it comes to church attendance or, you know, and what that church looks like.
It's almost like in the islands, there's a very heavy sense of religion that's there. And maybe, because, you know, I think it's very important. You just know, like your spirit just knows that some places just a little bit claustrophobic.
That's it.
I think it can lead to some really, you know, I found there have been some opportunities to actually have those conversations that you wouldn't have the opportunity to without those experiences with my cousins. Like, you know, and be like, why do you do this? Like, you know, and like actually start thinking about, oh, why do we do that? You know? And not questioning, but like unraveling the authenticity of that relationship, or if it is really just religion. It can be confronting, but it is a good opportunity to
definitely
have those conversations.
And do you find yourself, like, in terms of, like, who, can I ask her, who does she listen to? Okay. Who do you listen to? Like, who are the preachers that you like, that you listen to?
So what we watch every Sunday is Transformation Church.
Such a vibe. Such a vibe.
And then sometimes we'll watch Stephen Furtick. Sometimes we watch the guest, like other sermons from guest speakers that come in Transformation. But I guess we would consider Transformation Church our home.
So you're like
Transformation Nation. That's
you.
That's you guys all the way in Marshall Islands. That's amazing.
That's great. That's great. And I think he's excellent. They're an excellent church, and we love them. And we just
the hand of God's on
hand of God. I was always so
it's
amazed.
Evident.
And he's just got the right kind of. He's got something good for our generation that he brings to the table.
Probably really favorite. One of my favorite things is he has a sabbatical consistently.
Yes.
And is very intentional and very vocal about the importance of it. And I just think what a powerful and also like trippy as like
it's great
thing to bring to the table to our generation, like, because we're not good at that.
No.
Yeah, and he says it how it is, too. Yeah, like, he's just straight up.
He's so grateful. I'm so grateful for him.
He's really cool. He's really cool. No, but that's really good because I hope that whoever's listening to this, they are preachers that you can listen to online if you're struggling with trying to get consistency in your faith. If the places that are around you aren't suitable for you, I don't know if suitable is the word, but aren't really growing you at this time. That these are great young preachers who are from the States, but they have they just have a word in season, and you can tune in and figure out, and they talk about things that we go through.
They love relationships. God. They love God.
All these kinds of things.
And it's,
we need them.
It's easy to follow people that genuinely love and are on that journey of pursuing God.
Totally.
Because there's something that they have that you're like, I need that.
Yeah, exactly.
I need that. And it's that whole flip from what we know as religion to actually engaging in not just relationship but revelation that comes from, as you said, feeding yourself with the word and all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to ask this question because from episode 5, what we just did, and we talked about like the I'm just gonna jump straight to this one. We talked about the issues of like colorism in the islands. Now, massive topic. We probably won't really dissect this one tonight. But have you ever experienced colorism within the Marshall Islands? And then from there, have you ever experienced it amongst other ethnogeographic people like Polynesians and Melanesians? Have you ever experienced it?
Question, Bianca.
Ooh. The answer is yes. Let's start there.
Thank you for your honesty.
Yes, and in the Marshall Islands, I would say it's getting better, but when I was younger, it was really hard for me. That was another part of my the whole dynamic of being in my different cultures. So like because of my Puerto Rican side, and my grandfather is also from the Virgin Islands, like his dad is from the Virgin Islands. So we have very like Afro-Caribbean features. Some like me, I really look a lot like that side of my family.
Right.
Some of my features, my hair texture and stuff, and my sister's hair texture. So growing up, people like pointing it out. Like old people really be coming at these young kids for looking different, and they don't even know why. And then they just question like, is it wrong the way I look? Like, and the whole being told to use papaya soap and Fair and Lovely stuff to like lighten your skin.
Oh my gosh!
Don't play too hot. Don't play too much in the sun, or else you'll get dark and you won't be pretty. We had German, Japanese, and U.S. occupation, so there's a lot of mixed kids, and they have those kind of features. A lot of the girls here, at least when I was younger, that boys liked it. In my head, I'm pretty sure, were like the ones that had lighter skin, long straight hair, and I'm just sitting over here like,
what about me?
It isn't.
I got that, so.
She's singing about, oh man. Yeah. Jeez. Wait, so you had people explicitly tell you to bleach your skin?
Or advise you to?
It's really bad to say, and I don't hold it against her. We've gotten past it. We've talked through it. But my mom was the one who made me do that.
Yeah, no. That's so common, though.
Wow. But obviously it was something that she was taught. Or she was surrounded by.
True.
Yeah.
So how'd you navigate that?
I honestly never really felt that pretty until I went to college. To be honest. Gosh. I never, like, that's actually one of the reasons why I was so studious, because I was like, okay, I don't know what else I have going for me, but what I do know is that I was blessed with my brain, and I'm going to use that.
Your face being is hilarious.
That's just ridiculous. Like, no, because I actually think you're like one of the most beautiful human beings I've seen. Like, actually, features and everything. I would
agree.
And like to hear that, it's really like, like I thought like. I mean, it's just really weird to hear that you felt that about yourself, or you thought that about yourself because of how, you know.
When you say college, do you mean like uni or high school?
Uni there or uni?
No, I went to North Carolina.
So uni in North Carolina.
Yeah.
Thank you, North Carolina, for telling Jasmine that she has been.
There must be some fine men in North Carolina to be, you know.
I have a boyfriend. Let's not. So, no.
We will leave the past things in the past. Look further. Beyond. Yeah. So with that being said, and I guess it's harder as well being a female and having all of those things to contend with. Now, you say that you only felt a little like different to all of that in college. What was that turning point like for you? Like, what happened? Who happened?
What's happening?
Well, I mean, it honestly wasn't guys, but even just girls, because like there wasn't a lot of girls supporting girls. That whole movement when I was young, it was not like that.
Yes. Yeah.
In the islands, it's gotten so much better now, and I'm so glad that it has. But when I went to North Carolina, I found so many really good friends, and one of my closest ones was Christian as well. She was from Kenya, and so I guess it sounds really bad, and on a different topic that I'm sure you can have another guest speaker to talk on, but like, you know, this whole foreign girls thing, the obsession that especially like people in the States have, where it's like, oh, she looks so exotic and all that stuff. So there was that whole thing. That's what happened there. But all that aside, it helped me re-evaluate, like, and then I'm like, I guess I slowly started to grow into my true self and be able to actually explore what I think about myself, because I have contending ideas. Like, I don't look what society says that is beautiful. I do look like what society says is beautiful. So what do I think is beautiful, and what in myself do I see, or whatever?
Yeah. So you're just being reintroduced to the value that you already had. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's the beauty about who happened. Because I love what you said. It doesn't always have to be a guy. It's like good friends. Just having really good friends around you. And good friends always it's like holding up a mirror.
And just being aware of yourself.
Yeah. But then that's the thing. Like, if you don't have that awareness of the value that you're already carrying, sometimes God is so kind. Not sometimes. God is kind always. But God's kind to bring those people around you.
I agree.
To position them around you, and then so that they can love you into that realization, that revelation of those things.
Because I'm sure Los Islanders can relate on this one. It does not come from our family.
No. Sadly, no.
That's a big fat no.
They love to put you down to earth.
Yeah, they put you down to earth and they just stomp you down a little bit further.
You do not need a scale. You just need an auntie in your life.
At the front door, ready to welcome you with a, oh, what happened to you?
Yeah,
you gained weight.
And if you're too skinny, you look sick. It's like, oh man, you can't win.
Stop putting your own feelings about yourself on me, okay?
None of this projected.
Don't project onto me that you're unhappy with yourself. Keep it to yourself.
This is not your reflection.
This is not a misery loves company situation.
It's so true, though.
It's the honest truth.
Oh my god.
It's the honest truth. But I mean, like, hey, we love those aunties, though. They always give us something to talk about.
They make us tough. They make us stronger.
If we can get it from our families, we can take it from the world.
Yes, exactly.
No, I said, well, I mean, you are, just so if you ever forget it, if you ever need a plug, you are seriously one of the most beautiful human beings I know. And it's not just, I guess your features and everything are like a serious bonus, because you are seriously the most sweetest girl.
Sweet.
So
sweet.
I remember when I first met you, and like I was just like, holy moly, twin? I was just like, oh my gosh, we vibe.
Okay.
We vibe.
It was like,
well, you are matching right now, so
no, but I was like, so like there was so much depth about you, and I think that was something I always find it so hard to find that with people quickly, but with you it was one of those things that I was just like, hey, yes, this is a girl. Yeah, yes. And I'm gonna let her into my circle. and the thing as well is that you are like someone who is actually like being about her life and getting those goals ticked off. And it was just like, yes, I like seeing this. And speaking of, we've mentioned that you're an entrepreneur. Your brand, Lazy J's.
Oh. Is that a Lazy J shirt you're wearing?
Lazy J's representing over there. We're gonna put the merch down below.
Excuse me, yeah, how do we buy it? Because I want one.
Hold on, wait. I have to show you the best part of the shirt, actually. I don't know.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes. Is that online now?
Yeah, and a local tattoo artist that's friends with my stepdad actually designed it and sent it to me.
Send us the link. We're gonna promo it.
Yes, please.
Guys, we'll provide a link for you to purchase Lazy J's.
No extras.
Is it J's as in for Jasmine?
No. Well, so it's me and my siblings' names, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So my brother, when we were younger, we were like, we wanted to give him a name, like, you know, when your siblings, what should we name him? So we actually named him CJ, which is our name. Carol, Jasmine, Alexa, Stephanie. And then this, it's like I was trying to find a name for this online store, and we were like going through them. I was like, this has like kind of an island, like chill vibe to it, but it has all the like our name.
That's
so it's like
so cool.
Yeah.
I love that.
I've actually always wanted to know why the name Lazy J's, and I'm just so like, that's really cool.
I love
that. It's very creative.
I really love that.
That's really creative. So with this brand that you run with your siblings as well?
Yeah, they help me out.
They help you out. And then so you're doing this, you do clothing. What else do you do with Lazy J's?
So last year when I was part of the Marine Resources Authority, they asked me to be part of a coalition for trying to get legislation changed for single-use plastics here.
Right.
And getting rid of the use of like plastic straws and stuff, because it's one of the main plastics found in like the oceans and in waste. So I wanted to incorporate that into the brand. So we have like metal straws that we have as well. So we have that going, and then that kind of also helped promo into the like transition into the cafe, and not just
that's so good.
Yeah, to promote that so people could have their straws ready and bring it to the cafe.
Okay, what would you say to islanders, right, that are listening right now, who actually at a place where they can see that, but they don't know how to take the steps forward to actually pursue it, what would you encourage them with, as someone that's about to see your cafe open, you already have your clothing brand launch and the metal straws, like, what would you say to someone that is like literally stuck with just the idea and the dream and like almost even the willingness to pursue it? What would you say to them?
Honestly, don't underestimate the time you spend under the ground growing and before you start blossoming. Because, like I said, this has been 3 years in the planning and thinking about going through Pinterest, just daydreaming some days. You know what I mean? Like there's all those days before all this starts happening and people start knowing about it. That are necessary to help you grow and be ready for when this does happen. Because when I first had this idea, I know that I would not have been prepared like then. So I'm actually so thankful for the amount of time it took, and all the ups and downs, the things I've learned along the way, to get here. That. So God's timing, y'all, like, is a real thing, and I appreciate it. And it can be frustrating, but it's those times that I've learned the most. Like when I feel like giving up, and then you really get creative in those times. You get creative when you're like right down like there. So
oh, that's so awesome. That's actually really encouraging.
Great. Yeah, that's great. And I think it's absolutely super amazing that your brand also is highlighting like sustainability, because that's actually something that the islands need to focus on with our grassroots like businesses, our SMEs, all those kinds of things, because we seriously should be the ones leading the world in how we take care of our planet
and look after,
because we're the ones who also experience the effects of climate change like head on.
Majorly.
Because we are not sinking, but you know what I mean?
Vulnerable to it.
Yeah, we're most like forefront. So I think that's really great as a young woman who's starting this in the islands with island people. Not someone who's offshore, that's great as well, but this is really, really cool to see that happen straight from the ground up.
Is there a resource that you kind of kept going back to that helped you?
Apart from Pinterest.
Yeah, that might help someone that's listening.
What do you mean?
Someone that you followed or something that you listened to, or like a book, I don't know. Just like...
Cool. At different points it was different things, but my close friend that were actually housemates, she's opening her business and I'm opening mine, and we like shared the construction of our building. But she's a seamstress, and she's the one that I like always wear all the the one who sews all of those, and she's opening probably next month. She has her training coming up.
This is so cool. This gets better. Your story gets better the more we unravel.
No, legit.
She's super talented, y'all. Go check her out.
But I love that, because it's like you're pursuing something that's on your heart that you've always wanted to do, but you're not doing it alone. Like, and it's such a big part of who we are as islanders, that collectivist society, you know, nature. Wow.
Calm yourself down.
That was the timer. But like, that just makes your story even more like, I don't know, something that we can like.
We can do it.
We can do it. We can actually do it together with each other, like celebrate each other, champion. It's better
and do
together.
And
we
do
are
it.
all in this together.
The Lord is dropping something in season.
He was speaking to us.
I expect it, God. But at the same time, like, do all of that, but also do it with the highest quality.
Yeah.
And with the best kind of like I watched your training, how to apply to, train to work at the cafe, and I was like, those things are so needed. And it's just great in how you actually took the time to apply and just explain, even if like some things you think are really like fundamental, like you don't really have to think of them to like just know them, but it's just really beautiful to see the patience and the time that it doesn't matter what kind of detail it is, you're going to explain every single thing down. And I love, there was a part in the actual video where you said that, and I just, my heart was like beating when you said it, even though it was your training video, but you said
on her Instagram,
and she's on the Lazy J's Instagram, and she was saying how if you're a student, bring your student schedules in and we'll work around it, because this is also a great opportunity for you to get work experience before you go overseas to study, or if you move overseas, this is something that you can take with you. And I was just like, yes, like that one got me. I was just like, I love that. And I think that's the attitude. That's like
it's
like,
for the people.
It's for the people, and it's for the young people, because this is young people. And it's just like, I just absolutely, that line when you said it, I was just like, yep.
I love that, Jasmine.
I like it a lot. And so that was really super, super like boss move right there. And boss like heart move as well. And it's
so beautiful. Like, it's actually so beautiful. Like, I'm really struggling. I'm trying to withhold tears. Like, I'm not even kidding. I'm not kidding. No, like, for real. Because it is like, we can, as people who by nature are for the people, become individualistic in this society and not realize that. But I am seeing what I am proud to say that I am seeing more and more islanders step up and actually include others in their success journeys and pushing. And so I just really want to honor you. We honor you. We employ you for what you are doing, because it's needed.
It really is.
It's like, such a need.
But it's actually beautiful. Last thing before we let you go.
Yeah, I don't know how we thought this was going to be 45 minutes.
It's just really beautiful because even for me, looking at things business perspective or anything, you're actually giving me a blueprint on how to do something. So I think, you basically are a trailblazer, because just from what you do, you're giving me ideas, you're like inspiring things in me.
So inspired.
And I know that the more we get this story out, the more we introduce the people from our, Melanesians, Polynesians to what you're doing, I think that would also like inspire what they have as well.
Yeah.
But also give them a blueprint of like, this is how you can do it. These are ways to do it. This is how you can use social media to, do a training course, those kinds of things. So it's really, really cool. It's really cool. Yeah. I think you're absolutely on the money.
Jasmine? Oh, sorry. Say what you were going to say.
We're just here praising you. Like,
as I said your name, I saw you were about to say something, then you stopped. So I was like, no, finish. Say what you're going to say.
Yeah, so like you said, I really tried to break down as much as possible every step that people can take in the video, because the other thing that a lot of times happens with young islanders is they're very like unsure of themselves, and if they're intimidated, like when you say the word resume, they're like, oh my gosh, I don't have a resume, like I want to, but I don't know how to do that and stuff like that. So that's why I tried to break it down. Like at the end of the day, a resume is just telling me kind of a little bit about yourself, like what you can try to break that down, and like based off of what questions people were saying, like, oh, I have a friend interested, but they're a student, or and then I try to answer those questions and make it, relate to everybody that might want to apply, because that was literally, it's on my bucket list. I wanted to start a nonprofit, but I'm kind of doing it through this way, because honestly, we don't need that many more nonprofits in the islands. There's plenty. But I really
The nonprofit has to fund itself somehow, you know. So,
but that comes back to actually coming alongside people that are already doing stuff and supporting what's already there.
Yes,
which is a valid point too.
Yes, thanks. But yeah, no, this is great.
This has been refreshing, inspiring, challenging, confronting, but also I feel like a lot of people are gonna vibe and actually walk away with some tools,
practical tools.
So thank you for your time.
Yeah.
Thank you for your wisdom and life experience shared. What does this mean?
It's Korean heart.
I'm so uncultured.
I hope it's Korean heart. It could be Marshallese heart.
No, it is.
Oh, if you hold the M like that, like it's Marshallese heart.
Oh God.
Wow. I was 2 years old.
Wow, you've actually started a thing.
Yeah.
That's gonna be our ad for this. Everyone puts Marshallese cards. Last thing before you leave, what's the scripture that right now that has been like you know, kind of cornerstone for you? Cornerstone's Jesus, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Do you have one? I
do.
What is it?
You know, I always remember the words, but I always forget the reference.
It's all right.
I think.
Just tell us the words, sis.
I think. For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of love and power and a sound mind.
Yes.
Because
that's a great one.
Fear is really the thing that stops people at the end of the day.
Yes.
Preach.
100. And fear won't let you do things like that.
You're not just going to succeed at what you're doing now. You're going to keep doing amazing things. And I'm really excited to follow and see how far that goes to. Really pumped and really, really grateful for what you're doing for the people.
Yes. And we need to wear some Lazy J merch for the next interview.
Next interview?
I want to have that. I want to have that shirt instead of this. Who is this?
But it's literally almost similar.
But I like that.
I like that though. Like the placement's better.
And the back.
Oh, sorry.
I like. I don't want to edit this.
Who cares? They already have so much.
Yeah. Just another point. Support your local.
Capitalism
Support
right
your
here.
Local
Support
guy.
your local.
You know, this placement and design, I actually saw Richie wear something similar to this, and I loved it so much that's why I put it here.
Why not?
Yeah.
Hey, that's what it is. I think it's Thrills, right?
Thrills
always has it. Thrills always has it in front.
I like the small, simple.
Yeah.
Text in the middle.
It's cool. Well, I already know what I'm ordering. So.
Okay, I have to look and see what other colors. I don't want to wear the same as you. Anyway, we're gonna let you go. But thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
The Lord bless you, keep you, make His face shine upon you, and be gracious towards you in everything that you do, because you're killing it, girl.
Yes.
And thank you for having me. This was great. I love you guys, and if you guys missed this fellowship, so I'm really appreciate y'all having me.
We love you.
We love you. We miss you. And we can't wait for COVID to be over.
Yes,
so we can be in the same country.
We're gonna do a full tour. We're gonna
come to
PNG.
the cafe.
We're gonna go to the cafe.
We're coming to the cafe.
You're gonna come to my wedding?
Huh?
You're
gonna come to my wedding?
Sis.
I'm just saying.
When?
I'll let y'all know. I'll send you an invitation.
Why did you even ask? You already know.
No. Block it off. Be ready.
Okay.
We're ready.
Sorry, guys. Y'all are not invited. But maybe virtually.
But we can Instagram live you.
Look, sis, we are keen.
I'm keen.
You might need to let me bring a +1 though.
Let us.
I got +1 for you. No, I'm kidding.
The Puerto Rican poppy. She needs one.
Okay, this has become... Guys, we love you. Thank you for listening to episode 6. We're really excited for our next series. Family Secrets, guys.
Family Secrets.
It's a big one. It's a big one.
Jasmine's face. That is the reaction.
And so get ready because it's about to get real. It's like real. Anyway, we love you guys. And until next time, peace out.
Peace out. Peace out. Don't stop walking.
Hey, bend your back low. She do it with no hands. Now stop, pop and roll. I'm smoking bubble. Yeah, they in trouble. I like the way she moves.
Flashback.
She'll be here in like a second. She's coming from training, so do that. But otherwise,
this is disgusting.
What? No, it's good. Sweat is good.
Evidence I worked out.
When you work out, you want to sweat.
Oh, look at you. You're so organized.
No, I'm not organized. She was waiting for me the whole time.
What do you mean?
Anyway. Hey. We won't talk about it. No, I'm kidding. Okay, pronunciation. Jasmine Loyak? Loyak.
Yeah.
Okay, Loyak.
12 seconds later.
Loyak.
Jasmine Loyak Henry.
Is that too slow?
No, that's good.
Loyak.
Okay, wow. Okay.
Here we go, sorry.
A few moments later.
Without further ado, we would like to introduce you to, drumroll, Jasmine Loyak.
Loyak?
Yes.
Yeah.
Why do we always do this?
Thank you. Hi.
Oh, okay. Sorry, you're gonna be a problem. You're already a problem. Are you sure you don't want to use these?
I'll just go one ear. I don't need both.
Because it's close to you. Or do you want to switch?
No, it's fine.
Are you sure? Okay.
Later.
Let's try.
It was good, but...
End of flashback.